Mayberry Man, the series revives the charm of The Andy Griffith Show with a fresh, family-friendly approach that delights both longtime fans and newcomers alike. It captures the nostalgic essence of Mayberry while introducing new characters and stories that resonate with today's audiences. Viewers praise the series for its wholesome entertainment value, noting its ability to evoke the warmth and moral values of the original show without simply being a remake. It's described as a modern-day tribute to Mayberry's community spirit, appealing to those who appreciate clean, family-oriented programming. The series is celebrated for its humor, engaging storyline, and memorable characters, all of which contribute to its appeal as excellent family entertainment. With its nod to the past and its eye on the future, Mayberry Man, the series, promises a delightful escape into a world where family values and good-natured comedy reign supreme. Mayberry Man, the series, is now available for purchase on Amazon Prime Video.
It's something that continues that family-friendly, wholesome entertainment that hopefully you can enjoy as a family.
They're going to laugh and chuckle and have a good time.
I just hope that everyone falls in love with this project like I did, and that we can continue to make family-friendly entertainment that's obviously much needed.
I guarantee this, if you love the Andy Griffith Show, you're going to love Mayberry Man.
And welcome, folks. I'm Court Howell, Mayberry Man producer, along with Alan Newsom, who's Floyd the Barber, and Jason Frederick, who is in the Mayberry Man series. Welcome, guys.
Hey, good to be here.
Don't be so talkative.
Come on, Alan.
I'm trying to give him a chance to talk.
Yeah.
I'm here every week.
Oh, you talked out.
So, if you haven't seen the series yet, I haven't posted about this yet, but I noticed that our distributor put it on YouTube today. At least episode 1 is there on Encourage TV. So you can go watch, if you've been waiting because you didn't want to spend the money to pay and watch it, you can go watch it free on YouTube. Not right now, wait till we're done. But I noticed they released the first episode today. It's not our YouTube channel, it's Encourage TV's YouTube channel. And but if you search Mayberry Man the series, you can find it. But anyway, Alan and I are fresh back from Mayberry days in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Jason, I wish you could have been there, but I know you visited recently, right?
Yeah, just within the last 2 months. And that was the first time I'd ever been there. And
it was probably pretty quiet when you were there. There were a lot more people there when.
Very quiet. But yeah, just being there was very nostalgic, and just, yeah, it was an amazing experience. So if you have not ever been there, anyone definitely should take a trip. Definitely worth it.
Well, so tonight I'm going to do something very Mayberry-ish. We're going to go through some of the characters. I mean, I started with my personal list, but we're going to talk about characters who we'd like to have seen more of, and then some that we could have done without. And I want to get your guys' opinion. And, if you're following along at home, feel free to weigh in the comments. But we're also going to talk about Mayberry Man Season 2, which we've been teasing a little bit here and there. Momentum has been building. And Mayberry Days, we got tremendous interest from people. We were there set up at Hundley's General Store on Main Street. And just a lot of people came in and said how much they were excited about the prospect of doing a season 2, doing more episodes of the series. So I do want to talk about that because right now the plan is to launch our season 2 crowdfunder this Friday, which means we're just going to have to hit the ground running and go for it. And as I've kind of been telling people, these crowdfunding things, you've really got to hit about 25 to 30% of your goal within the first 24 to 48 hours. So our goal, I don't know, it's this is expensive business, right? So our goal could be 150, could be $200,000. I don't know. We're still dialing it in, trying to figure it out, but that means we need like $40,000 of contributions in the first 24 to 48 hours. So
that means, Alan, you are going to have to raise your prices. They're cutting the shave. It's going to have to be more than $1.25.
Yeah, haircuts are not good. I'm going to have to do a lot of how many heads is that? Let's see.
Yeah.
You're going to get barber's cloth.
100,000.
Man, we had a lot of people during Mayberry Days that came up and were talking to me and telling me, hey, I saw the movie. That's what got me here. Also, they had seen some like the Chris Hudson's. They actually had seen his documentary of the Mayberry Effect, and both of those things combined drew a lot of people in to come into some of these Mayberry events. And so they were excited when I was talking to them and said, hey, we're looking at trying to do a second season. And they seem to be excited. Now, if we can just get them to win the lottery and give us some of the money, it would be so good. That would be great.
There's strength in numbers, right? And not everyone needs to contribute a bunch of money, but if you could just $1, we just want participation, right? The more people that participate, the more momentum we get, and the more people that hear about it, because there's still people coming in at Mayberry Day. So these are Andy Griffith Show fans who still haven't heard of Mayberry Man. They're like, we're set up there. We had our banner up, and they're like, what's Mayberry Man? And it's been years now, and we're all over social media. We've got, we just surpassed 160,000 followers on Facebook. We've got like 67,000 on YouTube. I mean, we're out there. I know it's in your, I know you're seeing it from time to time if you're a fan of the Andy Griffith Show. And one other thing is we do have a behind the scenes outtake video that I know you're going to want to stick around for. So let's talk about some characters that we would like to see more of. I'm going to kick it off with a character that I definitely would have liked to have seen more of, and I think I'll kick it off with the clip, and then I'll get your opinion. What you think.
There you go.
Do you like music? Do you like the guitar? Andy plays it.
Oh, come on, Bart.
I hate the guitar. I don't mind the clarinet or the saxophone, but I hate the guitar.
I would definitely have liked to see more of Lydia.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She was hilarious.
Yeah, she was a great character, and I would have loved to have seen her interacting more with Goober or Gomer or some of the other characters. Yeah, she was a really good one.
And she was probably in 2 episodes, because she was in. Yeah. They tried to set her up with Andy. I can think of
2. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then the other one was
the one I remember is the when Goober goes over for the date. It lasts all of about 3.5 minutes.
It's hot down here when it's cool up
there. So you guys are in agreement? You would have liked to have seen more
Yeah. It's just that dry, no personality was hilarious. I thought the way she played that.
And she was Mayor Pike's daughter as well.
That's true.
Right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. Little interesting fact. Yeah. A good one, Alan.
All right. So here's my next one, which is a minor character, but I don't know. I just like her, and would have liked to have seen her show up more often, especially with her interactions with Barney.
Stack of wheats, 3 eggs over. Make sure they ain't running out.
Right.
Bacon on the crisp side. White toast, buttered, hash brown potatoes, and coffee. Coffee.
Does my heart good to see a thin person eat.
So Olive at the diner.
Yes.
That's right. That scene is right before he notices Ernest T. Bass had escaped the jail cell yet again.
You want to pass me the salt, buddy?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
So my next one would be, I'll just go ahead and play it, and we'll talk about. I'm going to play the next 2, one right after the other. So
all right.
Just bear with me.
Are you going to allow that, Andy? Are you going to let him make a picture here and laugh at your little fat mayor? All those opposed? Now, wait a minute.
Did I have a pain? Started right here in the side and shot down my leg, raced up the other side and around my back, and then went clean on up my neck.
So Mayor Pike and Emma Watson. Emma Watson, that's usually her name, right? Unless she had a different
Yeah,
name.
Emma Watson, Emma Brand.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. How many? That's true. How many
Emma.
characters had different names? You know.
Yeah, Emma. Yeah, not to be confused with the girl off of Harry Potter. It's not that Emma Watson.
Oh, yes.
Different one. But
So,
yeah, those are
Claire
great
Edwards,
characters.
Clara Johnson. You know.
Yeah, both of those characters are great. Mayor Pike, you know, he people may not know, but he actually passed away as the reason he wasn't on future episodes and future seasons. That's where Mayor Stoner came in. But he was a great actor, and I think he was so funny because he was so easily swayed about which whatever you were trying. Oh yeah, that's a bad idea. No, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was just so fun.
I wasn't sure. I was kind of thinking that maybe the gal, Churio Meredith, who played Emma, might have passed as well, or maybe she just retired. Yeah,
she did. She passed away as well. But she was a great character, and every time she was on there, it was funny. I mean, whether because she was dying because she didn't get her medicine, or she got mad at Barney, bad deputy, bad because he gave her a ticket for jaywalking. What a great character.
Yeah, it would have been fun if they could have stuck around.
I always thought she was a scene stealer. I mean, she just, if they could have utilized her more, because she was just, the impact that she made in each scene, it was just, she was so over the top, but so believable, you know, this hysterical older lady, just funny, very funny. Loved her.
All right. This next one, had he been around longer, it could have changed the course of my life. Let me just play the clip.
Well, you let him just try. Boy, I'll show him a couple of things I learned in the Army and guerrilla warfare. First, you take your hand and yank it around, and then you take your hand and yank it.
Stop that, boy. You want your face to freeze that away.
I definitely would have liked to see more of my father in the series. That would have been nice.
I agree with you. He was awesome. Matter of fact, I got to meet him in person, and I know you know this, but folks may not. I got to meet him in person several times, and I actually carried him a box of milk duds and got him to sign my milk duds because he was dud washed. So he was such a nice guy, and it was always fun to see him on screen there. So I wish he'd have been on future episodes, or maybe in The Return when they came back. Even it would have been fun to see him and Charlene.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite scenes when he wraps his hand around his head. Is so funny. And it's interesting to me because I love like what he evolved into in terms of your first impression, because we see when he gets off, if you remember when he comes off of that bus and he's just so stoic, but then the personality that he brings to it in later scenes to that character is just so rich. So
well, he was back with Charlene and kind of loosened him up. And he was in a good mood. But that brings me to the first character I would like to have seen less of. So let me play that clip.
Controversy.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Dud. I accuse.
Easy, Dud.
You done stole my darling Charlene, and now you're going to have to pay. Well, how are we going to fight it out? Guns?
Now, Dud,
all right, then. Biting them boots.
Dud.
All right, how about...
So dud number 2, I could have done without.
I feel like you may be a little biased on this. So I mean,
it could be. But it's our channel. So.
I completely understand that, because it was such a shock. Really, you went from what happened to Dud? What happened? He lost a lot of weight, so I'm not sure what happened to him. But I will say that Dream of Denver, Bob Denver's widow, who that was him as Dud. She is a wonderful addition to the folks that come to these Mayberry events. And, but I do completely understand why, you would think that maybe it would have been better, you know, from the food on your table at home. It would have been better if your dad had just kept going. And I honestly love both of these guys. I feel like Bob Denver would have been fine had it not already been Hoke and you'd seen him. It was that change. I'm against change. I'm against it. Yeah. You remember when they put in that stamp machine down at the post office? I was against that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my first negative. Well, I have some more on my list. So we'll get back.
You're naughty.
Right. So this one, I'm not sure if I wanted to put on the list or not, but it's sort of in the same genre as Dud Wash.
Old lamp right, jump in the fire. Fire too high, jump in the pot. Pot too black, jump in the crack. Crack too high, jump in the sky. Sky too blue, jump in canoe. Canoe too shallow, jump in the tallow. Tallow too soft, jump in the loft. Loft too rotten, jump in the cotton. Cotton so white, she stayed there all night.
So Ernest T. Bass was only in 5 episodes. So it's like, I want to say I would like to have seen him more, but he's so high octane.
Yeah.
It's almost like he didn't need to be in more episodes. So I was kind of on the fence on whether I wanted to see more of him or not. What do you guys think?
Oh, I think, yeah, we all wanted to see more of him, but I think it would have been Fonzie and Happy Days situation where it went from Richie being the main character to Fonzie. And I think Ernest T was so over the top on everything. I think if he'd have been there a whole lot more, it would have been the Ernest T. Bass show nearly. Cause he was such a great character.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like his character brought out so many great Andy Griffith moments. You know, the one when, in as that scene carries on and Barney dresses up in the wedding dress and, all of that. But I kind of agree. A little bit of him goes a long way. And I felt like there's a couple of scenes and episodes where it's just like, all right, a little bit, it goes a long way.
Yeah, he was great though. I really would have liked to have seen more of what he might have done, especially the interaction, honestly, with the Darlings and him more would have been really interesting. I think.
Yeah.
If there was a conflict between Briscoe and Ernest T, that would have been, you could have had a really fun episode there.
Yeah.
But the episodes where he was just, terrorizing Mayberry on his own were good too, whether it's joins the army or at the education of Ernest T. Bass, how do you do, Mrs. Wiley? That's a phenomenal episode.
There were so many really good. His episodes were all really good. That's the thing. I believe all the episodes with Ernest T were funny. Now, I have heard people say they didn't like Ernest T. I've actually heard that before.
I do see that because in our social media, I get, there's tons of comments and stuff. And
because
people don't like Ernest T or they don't like the Fun Girls.
Yeah.
Some people even say they don't like Barney Fife, which is always a head scratcher.
Oh my goodness.
Why are they here?
All right. So here's the next one. And when I sent you my list earlier, Alan, I actually had the wrong name. So this one was the Mindlebright sisters is who I wanted to see more of. And if you don't remember who that is, let me play a clip.
You mean the daughter who went north to college? No, Maud. She went west. The one with her father's nose. Oh, of course. Moosey. What about her? Her feet fell asleep, too.
That's right.
Yeah, those sisters were great. That was great. Because it was really just that conversation on the phone. You're hearing them talking about it. Maybe I should see their doctor. That whole conversation. It would have been great to have had that happen more often where there was something going on in town. You couldn't use the phone because the Mindlebright sisters were talking.
But I never really paid much attention other than the feet being asleep. But the whole thing about she had her father's nose. Oh yeah, Moosey. Like she had a Booth nose. I mean,
right.
And then Barney's room isn't it in Mrs. Mindlebright's boarding house?
Yeah, I never knew if that was the same. Yeah, I never knew if that was the same Mrs. Mindlebright as the Mindlebright sisters or not.
Yeah,
maybe there's three. Is there three sisters?
Well, they're probably her aunts, right? Because they sound older.
They do.
Well, I thought maybe that Mrs. Mindlebright was the sister-in-law, because she was married to Mr. Mindlebright, but he died, right? So so I thought maybe she was a sister-in-law to those two. That's what I always, of course, who knows? I don't know. That's just in my mind how I always thought of that.
All right, so let me balance this with some negatives so that I don't want to finish with all the negatives. So let's see. All right, here's one that I'm in the minority, but I'm going to play a clip and then you guys tell me if I'm just off base here.
You notice I don't drive on the left anymore.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Of course, I don't drive on the right quite yet, but I'm halfway there.
So Malcolm
You
Merriweather.
don't like Englishers? Are you an Irisher? Is that what it is?
Well,
you're
Scottish,
an Irish. Yeah, Scottish. Okay, yeah, you don't like those English.
But they brought him back several times. So am I crazy?
3 episodes. Yeah, he was
Is he
on
a popular
How many?
character?
I know of 2. Was he in? Did he come back for a 3rd?
in a color episode. When
that's right.
That's when Ernest T and him were going to fight because Ernest T was an Irisher and he didn't like.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
I will say I love the first episode that when he appears and comes into town. I think that's a great episode. Great introduction to him. You know, you could have just left it there, but.
Well, I enjoyed them, and I got to meet Bernard Fox a few times. So he was a really interesting man to be around. He would sit around and talk about, he was obviously from England, and he knew. I mean, he was just dropping names everywhere: Peter Sellers, Peter O'Toole, all these names that he knew everybody because England fairly small, so all those actors know each other, and such a nice guy. But I enjoyed Malcolm. I mean, I think we got about enough. I don't think there should have been a whole lot more Malcolm or anything. But yeah, it was fun to see him ride his bicycle all across America, evidently.
So this next one, I've never heard a good word said about this character. So only 1 episode, and it sounds like it should have been 0 episodes. Let me play a little clip.
Don't fool with me. Don't do that, Ollie.
Why? Scared you're going to get arrested?
Okay.
I don't care for him, but don't you hear a lot of negative comments about the family visit episode?
See, and I got to disagree with that. I got to be honest, that's one of my favorite episodes. I mean, there's so many, but I put that, I don't know why it's one that I can just always watch. And there's just something about it. I don't know. I don't know what
uncle, you may have had an uncle like that. Is that what it was?
Maybe that's it. It's just funny that I think he, the facade, the tough guy facade is just slowly evaporated, to where it just, I don't know, makes Andy look like the hero. And
I taught Andy everything he knew. Everything. Everything. I will say I don't usually talk negative at all, but Uncle Ollie was he was pretty annoying.
Yes. And maybe that's it.
I'm glad that he's only in 1 episode. I will say that.
Oh yeah, I don't think we needed any more of them. Yeah. Between him.
Well, someone commented that Roger Hanover is another one, and I think I may have merged those 2 in my brain because I would have included Roger Hanover.
Roger. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Don Good said that in the chat room. Yeah, that's a good call there. Roger Hanover. Oh, both of them. But
all right, let's get back to some positives. So here's a couple more characters that would have been fun to see more of.
He's not hanging himself. He is too. He is not. He is too. He is not. Why don't you go in there and ask him if he's hanging himself?
I'm not going to go in and ask him if
he's hanging himself in your house.
Hey, you kids, get on out of here!
So Opie's pals, Howie Pruitt and Johnny Paul Jason, who were both at Mayberry Days.
They were. And we did that scene in Colonel Tim's. Yeah, we had Barney hanging himself. We pulled that curtain, and the boys. As a matter of fact, they're not laying here. I have the money that they gave me on stage to show them Barney hanging himself over there. So they one gave me a nickel and one gave me a dime. So I had it. But yeah, those 2 guys, great guys, both of them. Dennis Rush is Howie, and Keith Thibodeau as Johnny Paul Jason. And of course, Keith was Little Ricky on some other show. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
so obviously both fantastic actors, child actors. And, I'm sure they didn't want to turn it into Leave It to Beaver, with the kids as the main characters. But I could have seen more of them. I would have enjoyed that.
Yes, I completely agree. The kids and the interactions with Opie and just even the interactions with the adults, because I say adults, Barney with the kids, were just something to watch. And Dennis has a lot of great stories. If you haven't ever heard his stories, go and check them out, because we've got some, my podcast, I've got some of them. So go and listen to Dennis Rush tell his stories about Don Knotts and everything. So those guys, both of those guys would have been great to have seen along with all of Opie's buddies.
All right. So I'm wondering, obviously it wasn't his son, but I'm wondering if Howie Pruitt was somehow related to this next character I would have liked to see more of.
Hello there, everybody. Good to see you, Bernie. What in the world brings you to town, Jeff? You buying or selling?
Big Jeff Pruitt.
The skipper. The skipper himself. Yeah, he was great. He was fun to see. You know, he's standing on the street corner over there picking up girls. What do you know about picking up girls? What's it pick up? You just pick them up and set them back down. Yeah. He was a great character.
I could have used him a few more times, you know, before he left on his 3-hour
tour.
Yeah.
All right, here's another big guest star that I'm sure everyone would agree they would have liked to have seen a lot more of.
I mean, the people and all, they're not friendly. So I just decided I'd get on a bus, and the first friendly-looking town I came to, I'd get off and stay there a while and think things over. And do you know, this bus that I was on, when it came to your city limits, it passed a sign that said, "Welcome to Mayberry, the friendly town." And that seemed friendly, so here I am.
So...
Yeah, that would have been good.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, nature had been extra good to her. That's all I can say. Yeah. It would have been good to have had her appear more often. Yes.
So, all right, let's do a couple more negatives. Again, I want to keep this balanced so we don't end on a down note.
What's the score? Where are we at? I haven't been keeping score. I don't know.
There's more positives than negatives.
Yeah.
So this is a guest star that just didn't work for me. I want to know what you guys think.
One of them funny postcards. It had this fella fishing on it. And I had this big crab hooked to the seat of his pants. And it said on the card, "Boy, they sure are budding down here."
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Jason.
You know, Cousin Virgil.
It's okay. It's just us.
I mean, I feel like the way he played the character, though, is causing us to feel the way, and I think that was the goal and the objective. So, I gotta say, well done on that. But
it must run in Barney's family. Yeah, it runs in his family, I think. That's because he was Barney's cousin, you know. So that was like he was that whole.
Yeah.
But doesn't that make him Andy's cousin too?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's the other side of the family. I don't know. So I don't know, because he wasn't a Fife. He was so I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah. I try not to say anything bad about anybody.
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to this next one, which
he did polish the keys really good.
Boy, he did, didn't he?
He did a good job on the keys to Chelsea.
All right, you probably have nothing to say on this next one either.
Well, Andy, this Founders Day celebration, with the governor coming and all, it's just about the most important day you've had here in Mayberry in years. Am I right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I expect.
Well, I will say I'll take up for Warren just a little bit. I've always felt bad for Jack Burns that did that character, because I felt like they wrote it like it was Barney to some degree. They to the point where they called him Warren instead of Warren, like almost Barn. And I always really felt bad for him because I could see where it could have worked with his character, but it was written like they were Barney episodes that they just changed the name and a little bit of the dialogue, but mostly I just never felt like he got a real shot at it. So anyway, I've always felt bad for the actor, honestly.
Tough act.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenging position to be in. It's probably no win situation.
I mean, following Don Knotts, it's got, like I've said before, it's like following Bear Bryant coaching at Alabama. Who wants to do that? Nobody, right? So,
all right. So here, let's go back to the positive. Someone that, well, this wasn't necessarily someone that popped into my head as someone I wanted to see more of, but I've heard it a lot from other people when it comes to Andy's love interests.
You're going to way yonder too much trouble for us.
Oh, nonsense, Andy. I loved it.
Well,
I'd like to come back tomorrow night and do the same thing again.
You coming, Miss Peggy?
Coming, Opie.
So that's what I hear a lot. I don't know if is that what you hear, Alan? You talk to a lot of folks.
Oh yeah. Miss Peggy was one of the favorites. Everybody liked, as far as Andy's girlfriends goes. I mean, we liked them all, but I mean, Miss Peggy she was pretty, and I never understood how it didn't work with those two. But
she also seems to be like the only one that really committed to doing a Southern accent.
Well, that's true. But yeah, I thought she was great. I mean, I guess it just didn't work out. Maybe she got moved to another hospital. I don't know, or something.
But I'll tell you what, they had the county nurse on rotation though. I mean,
that is true. That is true.
Miss Peggy. Yeah. I don't know how you don't like her. There's just something about her and the chemistry between those two and the family dynamic that she kind of brings, the nurturing feel, and yeah, she's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Well, evidently they wanted a hothead, and she couldn't play a hothead. She was too sweet. Because I didn't put Helen on my list of negatives. She seemed to work out okay.
Yeah.
But she's a bit much. All right, another one that I would like to have seen more of, and the clip I'm going to show is not actually the main character name that everyone really remembers him from, but I thought this was a good moment with this particular actor, and it would have been good to see more of him.
I thought you was the law.
What do you think this is, the Boy Scout badge?
That mean law, federal men, revenue.
Oh.
Hey, how about a nip? I got some aged stuff back yonder that's pretty near 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
So, I think he played a few different characters, but everyone remembers him as Rafe Hollister.
Yeah, that's a great character too. I mean, he was a very good. He was a great actor in that role, but he basically played three different characters, but they were all the same person basically. Yeah. They all acted the same. It seemed the same. But Rafe Hollister, I really liked that character, and with him singing later on, he sang, and it was a good role, and I don't know why he wasn't on there more.
I mean, I guess, playing 3 characters, I mean, I don't know, Alan, what, season 2, what do you got?
I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah.
Now, why is that? I'm curious. Is it, they just didn't have proper documentation back then?
I think it was different.
The rerun thing is you don't ever expect anybody to follow something, especially back then, that
exactly
close. However, you got to remember, you cast him.
Well, there were a lot of actors that played multiple roles during the Andy Griffith Show. But like you said, back then it came on once and might rerun once or twice, maybe. And then that's it. You didn't have VHSs to record and watch things on. So nobody would ever catch that, because they would do something in one season, be Ben Sewell. And then the next season he was Rafe or somebody. And you just didn't remember. I mean, it was a year ago, so I don't remember what character he played.
I mean, some of them are essentially the same character, and then others, Alan Melvin was just playing distinctly different characters every time, and that was just acceptable. It's like when you go to a play, right? It could be a different cast every time you go see a play, or on Broadway or whatever. It just wasn't that big of a deal that someone else is playing the character, and so people were fine with seeing different faces. I mean, the same faces show up as different characters.
Yeah.
Because we knew it was acting. It's
right,
not,
right.
not real
So
life.
basically, are you telling Alan and I we better watch out? We might give him place.
Well, we got Reggie in the chat room here. He was saying that Jack Prince wanted to stay focused on his singing career and didn't really
Yes,
want to
I
be
did hear that.
So,
I did hear that. And yes, Ernest T. Bass later showed up as George, the TV repairman.
That's right.
Peter mentioned. But they did a lot to try to disguise it in that.
Yeah, he was his appearance was different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Glasses.
yeah, he looked different.
All right, so here's another character I wanted to see more of. It was only in one episode, but I think there could have been many more opportunities with this character.
You a friend of Barney's?
Yes, a very good friend.
Then you stop that fight. That man killed Barney. Around here, you know, we call Barney the chicken.
Afraid, huh?
Oh, no, not afraid. He got bones like chicken, weak bones. They snap, like this.
I wanted to see more of Barney's judo instructor.
I've never thought about that. That would have been real fun to see more of him. Yes.
That's a
Maybe
great
he
pick,
could-
Bert. I never thought
Instead
about
of
that.
Emmett's, instead of the barbershop becoming Emmett's Fix-It Shop, it could have been the judo.
Oh, the judo. Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, yeah. Missed opportunity.
That was.
Yep.
Oh.
Maybe they'll do that in Mayberry Man the series. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go back to a negative, since we're on a high note from Mr. Izumoto.
Yeah.
So this is don't take this the wrong way, but someone I could have done less with is this guy.
We were just having a marvelous time, just gabbing away. Right, Andy?
Terrific.
So I think there are of the color episodes, there are some of my favorites are with Howard Sprague, but my feeling was they tried to do too much with him. Like it was just a little overkill because they had it felt like the bench was a little thin during the color years, and so they just tried to do too much. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna just say that all complaints go to court at Mayberry Man.
Oh, you're gonna love my
Howard,
next one.
well, we're getting into the color year, so a lot of people would just say none of the color episodes should have happened, but I don't agree with that. But Howard is definitely somebody you got to get used to and learn to love. Yeah, he is his character as the mama's boy, and he's difficult at times to deal with, but hey, that's the way a real town is. So it's not surprising that they had a character like Howard, and he was a good person. He was just a little annoying at times.
Yeah, I feel like that character is, I don't know if there's a whole lot of middle ground with Howard, where I feel like you either lean more towards not liking him or you lean towards really liking him. It's, I happen to, I actually like the character, and I feel like it helps the other characters and it kind of accentuates their personalities with, the way that he plays Howard. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Howard. I mean, I probably the most memorable color episode just from my childhood would be the bowling episode.
Oh yeah,
and then also catch the fish. Was it Big Sam?
Old Sam.
Thank you.
You see that mark in his jaw? That's where I hooked him last year. Yeah, proves I hooked him. Yeah, that's it.
So it's not that I didn't like Howard. I just felt like he was a little overused, and that's going to bring this. If you thought that was a controversial take,
well, before we go on, that's another character. They mentioned it in the chat room. Kenneth Green did. He played the insurance salesman as well. Howard played that, or Jack Dodson did, and then came back as Howard. He was only on one episode as that insurance salesman. Aunt B lost her her pin, or how do you say those? Brooch. Thank you. Suppose she thought it probably fell down the garbage disposal or something, and so they made a claim. And Howard was the insurance agent. Not Howard. he wasn't Howard. It was Jack Dotson playing that role. So yeah, he's another character that was obviously the same person, you know.
All right, let me get this next one over with, since it seems to be a sensitive topic. Here's my next character I could have done with less of, but let me explain it as soon as I come back.
Well, did Jack get your order?
Oh, yes. We were just saying, it looks like you got a winner here. I got to admit, I was wrong.
Well, they're very enthusiastic about the food. Charlie's doing a wonderful job.
So it's Aunt B in the color episodes. I felt like they had her doing everything, opening restaurants, taking jobs, learning to drive, learning to fly. I mean, she was everywhere. And it just, to me, was too much. I could have done with less of Aunt B in the color episodes.
That's a good point. You know, I never thought about that.
Position?
The cooking show, wasn't she doing the cooking show?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
She's doing TV commercials. She's on game shows in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's like everywhere.
That's a good point.
Yeah, went to Mexico. She did all kinds of stuff during the color years. You know, and I don't know what caused them to focus more on Aunt B. I guess because Don wasn't there anymore, so they had to roll the characters out. But I know Frances Bavier she had been the star of previous television series before the Andy Griffith Show, and she was always a little put out that she was not at the same level as Andy and Don in the series. So I don't know, maybe they were trying to help keep her happy. I don't know, but yeah, Aunt B definitely, I can definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah. So, well, she got her name in the opening credits finally in the color.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's jump on another one that I could have done without. And I'll explain my position, but let me know what you guys think.
Last time I went fishing with my pop, I almost caught a shark. A shark? Here? Yeah, right in Hawkins Creek. He must have been this long, teeth like that, and he snarled.
He almost caught a shark. What's with the kid from the Bronx now in Mayberry? I just didn't get at that.
Arnold. Yeah.
Did they ever address who this kid was when he showed up?
He was the son of the doctor. That's all we ever really knew completely. That Arnold, you know, he was Opie's buddy and he was the doctor's son. You know, but yeah, Arnold was he was okay, but yeah, he definitely he just showed up kind of and then helped Opie find when he found the baby out on the railroad tracks.
It wasn't that he was, you know, a bad actor or even a character. It's just, why is this kid from the Bronx in Mayberry? It just felt so weird. And then we'll do one more negative, and then I'll get back to the positives. So this next one, I keep hearing it's like one of the most unpopular episodes, and I have a theory. So let's just watch the clip, and then I'm going to give you my theory about this episode.
Great nephew of Wyatt Earp. This here is Clarence, sir.
Pleasure to meet you, Sheriff.
Pleasure to meet you, too. I thought I'd bring Clarence into town, let folks take a look at him. Well, it's...
So I always hear that this legend of Wyatt Earp, is that what it's called? That episode is like really unpopular. Like it's, but my theory is, it's not that I like the Wyatt Earp or the Clarence Earp character. I kind of like that guy's, you know, performance and what he did with that character. I think it's the manager character that's grating on everybody and turns people off to that episode. What are your thoughts? Or is it something else in that episode that you think people hate?
Well, I mean, it's a Warren episode. So Warren's in there. I agree with you. Well, you end up, you know, the manager, Fred, he's using this boy. It's not even, he knows better. He knows this is not really who he is. So, I mean, I guess there's not a lot of redeemableness in a lot of this. So it's not like a normal episode. Because at the end, you know, it's not like a normal feel good episode of the Andy Griffith Show.
Well, in the end, he just comes up with a new way to use the kid, right?
Right. Yes. And
so that that's not very satisfying for
No.
an Andy Griffith audience.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons it's not as popular. It's one of the least popular of the episodes, I believe.
Yep, I hear that a lot. Jason, you want to weigh in on that one?
Yeah, no, I think we just keep that one kind of keep that down low.
Man who can fight is a man who is right. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the lessons are weird in that.
Yeah, they're not normal. It's different.
All right, so here's someone we could have used more of, but you'll know why we didn't get more of him.
That's your wild goof. You got to show me how you do that. Judy. I can't do it. Judy. Oh, God, how you can do that.
So obviously we could have used a lot more Gomer, but he went off and joined the Marines. So
the Marine Corps. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it would have been great to have had Gomer around longer. I mean, well, he went off for Gomer Pyle USMC, and we got that entire series that you can go and enjoy. But it would have been cool to see him in town, especially after Don left. It would have been really neat to have had Gomer back because that would have helped fill that void a little bit that you had with Don and Barney.
Although I don't know how they would do it with Gomer and Goober. Right. I mean, Goober is obviously being groomed to take Gomer's place.
Yeah. But I will say I love each of those characters individually, but just even in those few moments that you get when they're together is just dynamite,
Yeah.
So funny, those two playing off of each other. And
yeah, they're only in one episode together, Gomer and Goober. So yeah,
is that the only one?
Yeah, it's the only one. The Fun Girls episode is it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Gomer talks about his cousin Goober.
Yeah, I guess that's it. And I think going back to like Johnny Paul Jason, I think that's why you feel like he's in there so much because Opie's always saying the things that Johnny Paul Jason tells him. So he feels like he's such a more monumental character. But
try to put horsehair in stagnation water, it'll turn into a snake.
All right, so this next one is in the same vein, which I don't think anyone will argue with. Everybody would like more Barney. Would have liked him to stick around for the rest of the other 3 seasons. But who knows what would have happened? Maybe he left at the right time because he comes back for those other episodes, and it didn't quite feel the same as when he was originally there. And maybe it's because it's in color or just struggling to fit him back into Mayberry. What are your thoughts on that, Alan?
I think you may be right. Some of it's when he came back, it was color. And to me, the Andy Griffith Show, that's one of the things people, I've mentioned this before, the local CBS affiliate that showed the Andy Griffith Show, they had a hard time selling advertising and getting ratings, honestly, when they showed the color episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. So they started broadcasting all the color ones in black and white. And then they had no problems because it came through. So I believe it's the black and white nostalgia that you feel. Some of that of the town of Mayberry it's not supposed to be in color. It's supposed to be black and white. So I think some of that, even the color episodes, they feel different if you watch them in black and white. And so I think that may have been with Don. Of course, we would love to see Don more, no doubt. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, and I think that would be interesting. I like that idea and that thought. I think just the time that has passed from when he's gone to coming back, and he's in a different role now in terms of his career as Barney Fife, and it's just different. He's matured a little bit, and so I feel like you can feel that and see that. And I don't know that plays as well for Barney Fife. So yeah. It just feels different. It feels different when he comes back.
I think we need to play with my theory about the black and white. Everybody needs to watch Mayberry Man and Mayberry Man the series and drop the color on your TV and see if it's different.
Well, I think we should turn it black and white, add a laugh track, and see what that does.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
True.
Maybe we'll do it on our channel. If,
Yeah.
Get around to it. All right, my last character I would have liked to have seen more of, and you tell me if you agree. Jimmy the goat. I would have liked Jimmy to be around a little more.
Uncle Nat. That's who it is. Uncle Nat. Yeah, that would have been fun. It would have been some fun to see what happened to Jimmy because he every time he kept bringing him uptown is what he said. So we should have seen him. If nothing else, you should have just seen him tied up to a fire hydrant or something, standing outside the barbershop. Just there's Jimmy. There he is. It would have been fun. That would have been a fun thing to see.
Yeah.
All right. So I promised, that's all I got. Anybody that I left off the list that you want to add, guys?
I guess we could throw in maybe Thelma Lou's husband that she had when she came back. I'd like to see none of him. Yeah, none of that. None of that. I want that just to be erased.
Yeah, pretend that storyline did not happen.
Yeah, I don't like that episode. I like the episode up until that part. Then it's like, no, because Don's pretty good in that one. Barney's good. Yeah. But yeah, that one, there's no episodes I just hate, except I don't like that. And truthfully, I can say that without any kind of bad feelings because Betty Lynn, Thelma Lou, said the same thing. She actually played the role. Her whole way of though she did it was that she was not really married. She paid that guy to come with her to the reunion so she wouldn't look like she had not been married. That's how Betty said she played it. That's the only way she could get through it. So
yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I promised you a little outtake clip. But before I do that, I want to just remind people, if you hadn't heard, we are looking at doing season 2 of Mayberry Man. I mean, it's a crowdfund thing, 100% crowdfunding. We had a lot of people. I have a slide for this somewhere. We have a lot of people expressing interest. They want to be in it. They want to act in it. I wasn't sure. We weren't sure. We definitely were not sure what the reception would be. And so we just started putting feelers out. And excitement seems high. So we're going to roll the dice and launch a crowdfunding campaign. We think we have enough pre-commitments, so to speak, of people that said, yes, I'm in on day one. Oh, and look at this, Alan. I don't know if you can do this on Two Chairs No Waiting, but I can put a QR code.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
This will take you to supportmayberryman.com, which is our information site.
Come on now.
Get it up there. Tell me if it works. I did test it. Supportmayberryman.com is sort of our information site right now, but on Friday, that web address should forward to Indiegogo, where we ran our last crowdfunding campaign. And we're still kind of putting the finishing touches on that page, but once it goes live, it'll be there and you can participate, but you can kind of do your homework on the supportmayberryman.com website and kind of scope out which rewards you might be interested in and what kind of what the details are. There's all sorts of levels, and everybody's not necessarily, sitting on, World War or Civil War, pre-Civil War savings bonds, from the Confederacy and have sitting on $300,000+ but if you got some money tucked away and you want to do this kind of an experience, if you've done it before, I mean, most of the people we've talked to, they've all done it before, and so they want to do it again. So, but if you missed out on the earlier productions and you want to do this, I kind of call it a fantasy camp kind of a thing, to be, to be in a TV show or a movie and participate. I mean, that's just, where else are you going to have a chance to do that? So
it's a great experience, I think. Most of the people, I think almost everybody I've ever talked to, I've not heard anybody that said they didn't. they really enjoyed being part of Mayberry Man, the movie. And then when we were doing the series as well, they enjoyed being a part of it, seeing how it's done. And then just being a little, like I said before, you're now a part of the Mayberry lore if you get into this series. And I don't want you to miss out if you have an opportunity to do it. I think you will miss out, and you'll wish that you had done some of this, because it has been a great experience for me, and obviously Jason as well, since he's in here with us right now. So he must have really enjoyed it too. So definitely, if you can, I understand if you can't, but if you can and you would like to support the project, I think you would find the reward you get from being a part of it to be well worth what you have to do.
Well, and it isn't just like this one moment in time. I mean, it's
right
during the crowdfunding portion. We rely on you guys to help share the message. So you're part of this community, pulling together to like make something happen. And then during pre-production, we're sharing behind the scenes stuff with you, and you're there kind of for the whole ride. And then if you come and join us on set, you get to be a part of that experience. And then, when we finally get the post-production done, usually we do kind of a rough cut screening. We like to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we've done that too much or opened that up too wide, but certainly people in the inner circle, we like to get early feedback. Some people we say, you don't want to see it until it's finished, but other times, we'll try to get some early feedback, sort of the friends and family screening. But, and then, we do a red carpet premiere, and make a big deal out of it before it ever gets released. So, and then eventually it goes on streaming platforms, and you can tell your friends and family, and they can, they can pull up Mayberry Man, the movie on Amazon Prime and see you. We've had our movie right up there next to the big Hollywood studio productions. So, it's just a cool experience from start to finish. So that I always like to say, it's like, we're not begging for money or donations. We're trying to deliver an experience, whether you're a $10 donor or an executive producer on the project. We want it to be a great experience for you. And we're trying to sort of maybe refocus a little bit and make this more about the fans on this season 2. Season 1 kind of got bigger, and we had private investors and things, and we had to just do things a little differently. This is a little bit more like the original movie, where it's just really kind of a community project and good vibes all around. And so that's the plan. Okay, I got our outtakes. Alan, you'll actually remember this, I think. So this goes back to during the filming of Mayberry Man, the movie. And this is one of the things we did on the movie, is we actually shot little like commercials, promos for our product placement sponsors, some of our product placement sponsors, kind of the way they did with the Andy Griffith Show when they would do the Sanka coffee commercial or whatever. And so we kind of said, that would be fun to do, have some of our characters do ads for our product placement sponsors. So this is what we were attempting to do when we were filming this. At Great Clips.
Lost in Enterprises here.
It's great at Great Clips.
It's great. Oh, now you can say it.
Oh, yes. Oh, hey, people are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut. Well, when I'm not in Mayberry, I go by Great Clips. Oh, it's gonna be great there. It's Great Clips of where? Central. I almost said Northern. Oh, yeah. People are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut when he's not in Mayberry. Well, I go by Great Clips of Central Indiana and where? Louisville. Ah! All right, I got it. Oh, hello there. People are always asking me where Floyd gets his haircut when not in Mayberry. Well, I drive by Great Clips of Central. Oh, that's nice. Oh, hello. People are always wondering where Floyd gets his haircut when he's not in Mayberry. Well, I drive by Great Clips, yeah, of Central Indiana and Louisville. Oh, nice. Oh, it's good. Yeah. They have, I've always wanted 2 chair shop. They've got a bunch of chairs. Oh, yeah. It's going to be great at Great Clips.
Oh my goodness. And right after I finished it, Court said, okay, that's good. So now we need to do for Midwest. I was like, really? He had a straight face, never grinned. I was like, oh my gosh.
That was great, Alan.
Well, I've worked on accounts like that, or, because advertising was my background. And so, we'd have to record variations, for different regions and things. So that is something that happens.
Yeah, I believed you when you said it. I was like, oh, really? I was just sunk because I finally get right. Because not only was I messing up, you don't see everything because there was a lot more than that. Because I kept making Christian, the guy that was sitting in the chair, laugh, and so that was causing us problems too because he wasn't supposed to laugh. So I had to stop doing that.
That's great.
So that's kind of some of the fun you get to have on set when you're making a film, or TV show. So if that kind of stuff sounds like fun, it's long hours usually. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I think maybe next week I'll pull up some of that behind the scenes footage where we actually interviewed people and they shared how much work it was. Drawing Steve Jackson and folks like that who they were there for long hours volunteering, but they said they wouldn't,
right.
They wouldn't miss it. It was a great experience.
Yeah, I was going to say the feedback that, we got from that of people that were on set was just phenomenal. And I will say of, being on a number of different sets for movies, TV shows, things like that, Mayberry Man, by far, one of my absolute favorite sets that I have ever been on. Just the people, the environment, it's so enjoyable. You are surrounded by people that just love not only what we're doing, but also love the show. And it just feels like you're home. Just such a great environment to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously heard that from our assistant director, Tom, who comes from the Hollywood world and, is not used to that kind of environment of just friendly people. It's a friendly town. And then I even got that from the owner of Stanley's Airstream motorhome that we used in the series. That guy who was just like there to drop off and pick up the motorhome, he must have stuck around. He came up to me as he was leaving and just said, I've never been on a set like this.
Wow.
It was that noticeable to someone who rents out this, Airstream motorhome to various productions. And so it's real. It's real.
It's real. That's right. Well, I know I had a good time, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, and it was daily, just boom, boom, boom. Every day you had to learn new lines. You had to do whatever, but it is an experience that I'll never forget, and I definitely completely remember all these little things to the point where I need to get them all written down before I forget. But what a great time it was. And it was with all those people because it was a team. You're working. It was like working with a team. Have you ever been on a team putting together a play at school or anything like that? That's what this was like, where you're working together to try to produce something that you can be proud of. And I feel like we did that. And I appreciate the Howells for doing all the hard work and letting the actors and the come in and I guess I appreciate all the extras and people that were supporting as well for letting the actors be able to come in and just work and have that experience as well. So thanks to everybody.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. I know, Jason, I want to have you back with Ashley because I have a trivia contest designed specifically for you two. Because the show and the Andy Griffith Show, and she is not that up on the Andy Griffith Show.
Well, I am very, very excited about this.
I have a special.
I need something to hang over her head for sure.
Well,
To have
we'll
one up
see.
on
It's easy questions, but maybe some of them aren't that easy. I don't know. I might have to recalibrate some of the questions based on, you seem to be more knowledgeable than I even realized. So,
well, and that's why she's not on tonight. I've heard she's researching. She's studying.
Yeah.
So I don't...
She found out about the trivia contest.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
I can't. Sorry, I got a movie premiere.
Let me
but I want to devote one of our lives to that contest, because people love the trivia like we did last week, and I think that's a good way to do some trivia that folks can follow along and then watch her pain and maybe your pain. I don't know.
Her pain, my pain of suffering through her.
Well, if you miss the question that is supposed to be easy,
That's true. That's true. That is true.
But
you guys are showing me up with some of this stuff tonight.
So again, you're going to hear a lot from us in the days coming up as we launch this crowdfunder. Check your email, if you check your spam folder, because we'll send out emails. But right now, unless something changes, Friday's the day. And if you're at all interested, some of these backer levels will have limited numbers available. So you'll want to jump in right away. And, if we can't, it's going to be an all or nothing campaign. So if we don't raise like the full budget, we're not going to do the project because we're on our own on this one. There's no investors, there's no angel investors or rich uncles coming to rescue us. So if we can all pull together and make it happen, we'll do it. And so keep an eye out for that. Jason Allen, thanks for joining me tonight. And we'll part with our friendly outro messenger, Clint Howard.
Hey, listen, if you like that video, there's going to be plenty more right here at Mayberry Man. And make sure you push that button that says like, because without that, the producer's got nothing.
If you want more videos about The Andy Griffith Show, be sure to hit subscribe and click that little bell icon so you're notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching.
Come on, baby.